Good morning, good evening, good night, wherever you're watching this transmission. 'Tis I, Mike Martins. Thanks for joining me, guys, in another housing discussion here on the Mike Martins channel, brought to us by Better Dwelling. Okay, National Bank Canadian real estate price deflation hits with smaller rise in 10 years. We'll be taking a look at the markets, and we will be taking a look at the petition that's going around for the vacant home tax, with Toronto sitting at about 100,000 empty units. A lot of them being condos, though, but still, it does hurt the market, and they play the supply versus demand card all the time. It's a common thing, okay? So let's get into the markets first before we hit into the housing and see what's going on. We got, just looking at some of my stuff here. Okay, so we got TSX down 60.99 points, that's sitting at 16,243. The S&P 500 is sitting at 2,915.95, down 7.7 points. The Dow down 46 points, sitting at 26,089.08. Canadian dollar sitting at 75 cents against the U.S. Crude oil still sitting at $56 a barrel, down 4 cents today. Bitcoin sitting at about 14,331 Canadian dollars. And gold sitting at $1,502, keeping above the $1,500 mark. Will we see a $1,600 gold by Christmas? That's the question. Russell 2000, very important, very, very important indicator in the markets. One to keep your eye on, is sitting 7 points below at 1501. And the 10-year bond at 1.556%. Are we going to see bonds go to 0%? We probably will. NASDAQ at 7,987, down 14.81 points. All right, let's move into our story of the day here from Better Dwelling. National Bank Canadian real estate price deflation hits with smallest rise in 10 years. So you see this like teensy weensy beansy teensy weensy little rise in prices, and everyone thinks is ready to jump back on the bandwagon, that the parties are going to restart and everything looks good. Guys, this is the most volatile part of the market right now, because you had a lot of sideliners sitting on the sidelines, a lot of, young families, even bachelors, people just looking to get in and buy their own thing because they feel renting gets them nowhere and at least they own something type of thing. It's all good, right? But you got to, this is, of all times I've said, to do your own research, guys. You need to understand your local pocket, where you're at. First, determine your city. Determine your city where you intend to move to, or determine the city you're in and start doing comparables. Start actually researching. Get a blank wall in your house. Start putting up stuff and connecting lines. Believe me, it's that in-depth. It's that important to understand. Okay, guys? Don't get a blip in the market and start going crazy, right? We had a lot of people jump on the oil market yesterday because oil was just rallying, and now it's down and oil stocks are down, and quite a few oil stocks are taking a big hit today. But just relax, okay, guys? When it comes to real estate, it is the biggest purchase you'll ever make in your life. So a lot of people are messaging me saying, I had one gentleman message me yesterday saying, from Australia, that his long-term girlfriend for many years is looking to leave him because he doesn't want to jump into the market. And I've had a lot of people tell me they've lost their wives or girlfriends because they didn't jump into the market, especially in Sydney, some in Auckland, a couple in the UK, a couple in Canada and the United States too. Same thing. And a lot of them now write me back and say, oh, dude, I would have been underground right now if it wasn't for you. I have a lot of people tell me I'd be underwater so much right now, especially with the credit card debt and loans I'm sitting at. Yeah. So here goes, guys. I don't want to stop yapping here. Canadian real estate price growth may not be what it appears to be. According to the Big Six bank, Tyronet, National Bank of Canada, House Price Index, TNB, numbers show that price increase in July. However, the growth rate is down to the lowest level since the Great Recession. The index authors also note the price growth is entirely due to seasonal pressure. Tyronet National Bank of Canada House Price Index, TNB. The TNB HPI is the price index designed and run by property registry giant Tyronet, a National Bank of Canada. The index is like a benchmark produced by your local real estate board, but uses land registry data. So land registry data is the hardcore truth of the matter when it comes to transferring land titles. So there's no way around cheating the Land Title Act. So they know from that, right? Yeah, you could get some indications from your credit scores, or you could get indications from Equifax. You could get indications from your local real estate office telling you what's selling and moving in the area. But Tyranet has got the true numbers that need to be taken seriously, right? Okay. Local real estate boards use sales through MLS and work close to the market. That results in two differences: the quantity and quality of data. The MLS doesn't include all sales, and benchmark can include the sales that fall through. That's one thing I was talking to the other day with a real estate agent. He was telling me that they actually include sales that don't go through. Right? The TNB HPI uses all sales through the registry, which means every completed sale, that's more data, and no false hits, since most sales use the MLS with few cancellations. There's only a small difference, however. That difference can be amplified in a fast-moving market. Neither is better or worse, but the difference does exist. Your bank most likely uses both. So if you're looking at the market for macro perspective, both are helpful. If you just buying a home, local board reports are likely the biggest influence for your market. Canadian real estate prices show the lowest growth since 2009. Let me get this yawn out of the way, guys. Sorry, guys. The C11 and index of Canada's largest 11 markets showed an increase from last year. The index increased at 0.72% in July compared to the month before. The index is now 0.44% from last year, putting it in a new all-time high. The 12-month growth has been trending lower, and it's now the lowest it's been since 2009. Growth is still growth, though, right? Oh, yeah, it's still going up. Tyranet National Bank HPI C11 annual change. The 12-month percentage change real estate prices in Canada. 11 largest cities according to the TNB HPI. We have 11 big cities in Canada? Wow. Okay. Okay, here we go, guys. So, according to this doesn't look too good, boss. So here's our spike. There's our dip in the 2007, 2008 when banks got bailed out. And market went a little bit hectic up into 2010. Then things cooled off. Then you started seeing, because if this is the benchmark of the top 10 cities, you got Winnipeg losing values, cities like Winnipeg, Saskatoon losing values. Calgary lost quite a bit of value down back in 2010, 2011. So you're taking the benchmark of the whole equation, right? And it's kind of nice to see this, but this is not impressive. So let's wait till Q4 of 2019 gets released, so we'll be in 2020 Q1. Then we'll look back at the numbers and see, The growth is below normal and due entirely to seasonal pressure. The 0.72% monthly growth in June is substantially below the 20-year average. 1% NBC senior economist Mark, in a note to clients, wrote, the fact that the national HPI registered gains over the last 3 months doesn't mean that the market has turned a corner. Yeah. When seasonal pressure are removed, the index shows declines. For the past 3 months, prices dropped 0.4% in May, 0.5% in June, and 0.1% recently in July. Woo! All right. Greater Toronto real estate prices are less than 1% from peak. Ooh, look at that. We got something here. Oh my God. All right. Greater Toronto, GTA. The TNB HPI shows Toronto is quickly reapproaching the all-time high. Prices in Greater Toronto increased 1.26% in July when compared to the month before. This represents a 3.24% increase compared to the same month last year, and prices are just 0.9% from the peak. Prices in Greater Toronto are now similar to what they were in September 2017. Here's the Toronto price, real estate price change. This is the 12-month period. This is according to the HPI. So you want to keep an eye on this one here. So it's nothing really. So this anomaly here in 2017 didn't exist. This whole downturn didn't exist. People are completely ignoring what happened 3 quarters ago. Sorry, I got somebody calling me here. Okay, Greater Vancouver real estate is the worst performing in Canada. So Vancouver is bringing down the real estate market as a benchmark for all of Canada. Greater Vancouver real estate is leading the market lower after pushing it for years. Prices dropped 1.04% in July compared to 1 month before. This represents a decline of 6.23% when compared to the same month last year. Since July 2018 was the peak, it's also how much prices have fallen from the peak. The market is now at the same price level experienced in September 2017. I'm going to say this again. It's also how much prices have fallen from the peak. The market is now at the same price level experienced in September 2017. Here's the Vancouver real estate price change. Vancouver is just not going anywhere, guys. Vancouver needs about 22 quarters of retraction for it to start meeting people's wages. If people can't get into the market, the local doctor and plastic surgeon can't afford to buy in the Vancouver market a 1-bedroom condo, we're in a little bit of trouble. So what's pushing up the benchmark high? Places like Montreal and Newfoundland and Nova Scotia and Prince Edward Island are seeing booms right now. We've been talking about these booms, right? If you go back to my videos, you'll see what I'm talking about. Montreal real estate price reach all-time high. So Greater Montreal real estate prices all-time high. Prices increased 1.69% in July when compared to the month before. This represents a 5.8% increase compared to the same month last year and a new record for prices. The growth marks a new record for a 12-month increase over the history of the index. Also worth mentioning is the market has been lagging national growth and still hasn't caught up from June 2005. Greater Montreal prices are 24.92% below the C11. So guys, from the 11 cities, Montreal is still lagging behind big time, guys. You can still pick something up for under $300,000 in Montreal, something decent too to raise a family in. So that's why a lot of people are intermigrating between provinces because they are having a really tough time in these Toronto and Vancouver, right? Calgary real estate prices are still down from 2014. Greater Calgary real estate prices are still down from the peak reached over 4 years ago. Prices across the region increased 0.7% in July when compared to a month before. This represents 3.06% decline compared to the same month last year. Prices are now 6.43% down from the October 2014. That's kind of important, guys. Peak. Remember the peak back in 14? Cheap credit didn't help prices in the region so much. They didn't help prevent them from falling. So cheap prices, as in foreign investing, did not hit Calgary and Alberta that much. So you saw not much move in there in that province because it did not get a foreign investors boost or speculation boost, right? And I still remember those articles. Alberta's open for business. Come and buy up our market after Vancouver put the foreign buyers tax, but everybody went to Seattle or King County, Washington, or they went to Toronto to bubble up those markets. And look where Seattle is right now. They keep blaming the tech sector in Seattle. The tech sector, the millennials are raising prices. It's not. It's all the foreign investing that got poured into there. All right, Canadian real estate prices are giving somewhat a mixed picture these days, though there are few common takeaways. Western Canadian real estate markets are soft right now. The biggest markets in Western Canada are all producing losses. This is dragging down the national growth lower. The industry is celebrating gains, but as pointed out by NBC, price gains are usually low. So guys, before you go out, pop the cork, the champagne, and think you're going to get out from underwater position you are in, be careful, guys. Do not celebrate too early. So what's happening here? Petition. So this is change.org. They want to enforce the promised vacant homes tax in the GTA now. A lot of other province, BC has done that, and then they started to see a pile of homes get thrown on the market. So if you guys want to see home prices get corrected in Toronto, then go ahead and sign this petition. They have 91 signs. Let's get to 100. So last year in April 2017's Ontario Fair Housing Plan was introduced. This plan included a comprehensive package of measures to help more people find affordable homes, increase supply, protect buyers and renters, to bring some stability in the real estate market. The plan includes a list of new legislation found in the link below. And if you think vacant home tax doesn't work, watch this. Oh yeah. You think it don't work? Vacant home tax are a global epidemic, and Paris is fighting it with the 60% tax essay! 60% tax! Woo! Runaway real estate speculation has been filing global capitals with vacant homes, creating artificial shortages in the world's most sought-after cities. The shortage is made up of local homeowners, wealthy overnight, but it comes at the cost of tuning lively cities into empty shells. Vancouver, Sydney, Auckland, Melbourne, London, Manchester. All kinds of cities are seeing this. Even Kingston, Jamaica is starting to see a small takeover. Dublin. The city of Paris has decided it's had enough and implemented a tax in 2015 that didn't quite get the results they wanted, so now they're tripling it to 60%. So here it is. 107,000 empty homes in Paris. That's just in Paris. So you got Vancouver here. They don't have Toronto, unfortunately. It's just over 100,000 empty homes. You got Los Angeles with 13,000 empty homes. And the city of Los Angeles is the LA County is sitting just in around 50,000 homeless. New York City has got 308,000. But man, oh, Toronto's right here, guys. Sorry, 99,000. Okay, I thought it's around 107 now. 1,000 empty homes. So let's get this petition signed. I'll leave a link in the comments in the description below for you guys to go ahead and get this petition here started by my friend Andrew Clark. So hopefully we can get this thing rolling and get this off the ground. I want my Kiwi friends, my Aussie friends, sign this petition, even if you're not in Canada. Tell people, do this, you know what I'm saying? Anyways, guys, if you want to support this transmission, don't forget to support me. Here's a link up here for Patreon if you want to buy a coffee, $1 a month, and support my coffee habits. Thanks for watching, guys. Big hug to everyone. Lots of love, and I hope to see you guys soon, okay? Have a good one, and goodbye.